Alright, what's up YouTube? Team EXP here. We got Noah with his new deck, so what is your deck?
Zings.
Yang Zings. Alright.
Prepare your water wings, boys. We floating. Alright, we have 3 Big C. Big C, when he uses synchro material, whatever comes out of it's unaffected by traps. And he floats. He dies, you can get another one in attack mode. That's not him. And he's a 2000 beater. 2000 wall. 3 Suwani. He gains 500. The synchro that comes out gets 500 attack and defense. And he floats. Then we have 3 Chiwen, special summons himself from the grave. He's the level 1 tuner. 3 Geo. I don't know, they're Chinese. Jiaotu. When I summon him, and he's the only monster I control on the board, I can pitch 2 Yang Zing cards, and then special summon 2 Yang Zings, one with 0 attack and one with 0 defense. And he's a level 2. And I have 2 Tao Ti. He's a name to pitch with Jiaotu when he's dead, or he's a 22 when I bring him out, and when he's used as a synchro material, they cannot snatch steal it, pretty much. They can't creature swap, snatch steal, or econ. 2 Bien, because 3 was too much. He was cloggy, but when used as a synchro material, can't be destroyed by battle. And 1 Green Lizard. They're unaffected by spells, and I can just recycle all of them. So that's the monsters. I would play Masked Chameleon if I had one. So yeah, that's the monsters. Spells. 3 Yang Zing paths, because I like Pot of Greed, and I can shuffle in 3 Yang Zings and draw 2. 3 MSTs, because there's cards that don't like me, like Vanity's Emptiness. It's a mean card. Mean lady. 2 Pot of Duality, because I like consistency. And it means that, with the deck, you don't have to synchro every turn. It gives you, time to set up your plays before you go off on their turn, or just, in general, it just gives you consistency and time. 2 Book of Eclipses, because I don't like gen locks, and I can get around things, and if I get my way, they're not going to have a field by the time I'm done with them to get the plus. 2 Dark Holes and a Raigeki, because the plays you can do with these going negative, you'll still come out with more advantage than your opponent. I might not have, I can go Dark Hole and still come out on top. 1 Snatch Steal, because Snatch Steal, and then Soul Charge, because again, even if I don't get a battle phase, I can still come out with more monsters. That's what this game's about, right? Card advantage. That's what I was told by a 12-year-old. 3 Vanity's Emptiness, because I can turn them off. It's my light switch. 2 Creations. I would play 3 if I had a 3rd one, but this card is so good. A monster. One of my Yang Zings die. It's pretty much, one dies, I come out with 2. So, Bottomless, which would become another anti-spell fragrance, because yeah, anti-spell fragrance. I can't really explain how good this card is in this deck. I love it. And then 1 Torrential Tribute, because again, I like mitigating what my opponent can have and what I can have. I like coming out on top every time. I like being on top. Your mama said that last time. 1 Herald of Archlight, because Herald, he negates things, and it's a 4, and I can make 4s. Catastrophe was my 5 until I have an Armades. Goyo, because Goya. Mephisaurus because he's a worm, and I really only use his second effect, but I could use his third effect if I, may or may not take a scout or something or whatever my opponent has. I don't know what their pendulums count as nowadays. 1 black rose. Double Yazzie. Yazzie's so good. Like, he's just stupid. You make him with like a Bixie and something, and he's can't be targeted by my opponent's. It can't be targeted by my opponent's effects, and then you just give him like a stupid effect with like Palo or something to where he can't be destroyed by battle and he can't be destroyed by be affected by trap. Then you're just sitting here. I got a 2600 scrap dragon that if you do kill him, I'm going to get a monster in defense mode. Double Baxia, when he's synchro summoned, I can shuffle back in the number of cards due to the number of different attributes. So at max, I'll get at least 3 or 4. 1 Stardust, which would be a Radiant Spark Dragon if I could get my hands on one. 1 Crimson Blader, because these are just staple filler 8s. 1 Scrap Dragon. 1 Mistworm, because he's a 9 and he can just become something that can't die. 1 Leo for my 10, because a Leo's effect is already good enough, but if he can't be destroyed by battle, plus 500 and something else, yeah, you're not. It's a wrap. If I get him out, you're already losing. And then a Star Eater, because I don't play 12s and Quasar's just too much to do.
Alright, do you have a side deck yet?
Yeah, I do. Taking it all the way back to 2012. Back to those crazy formats of Down a Rabbit and stupid shit. Alright, we got Triple Valley, Double Maxi, because yeah, common Valors. Low rarity everything. Proves the point. You don't need money.
Has the same effect.
Huh?
Has the same effect as an ultimate.
Has the same effect. Triple Twister, because yeah, I lose to stuff like Vanity's Emptiness and other, just those floodgates that, mitigate what I can do. Double Mind Crush, because it's so good. I mean, unless they go first turn Unicorn, because you can't stop first turn Unicorn. Always go first, kids. Always go first. Triple Mischief of the Gnomes. This card is just bonkers, because it reduces the level of all monsters in each player's hand by 1. Cool. I can synchro into any number. So it helps me if like I want to make a play and I, just can't get that number right. Just go Gnomes. It also stops those super crazy synchro based decks, not synchro but exceed plays like Tellarknights love to do. BAs love doing it. I'm pretty sure it doesn't stop Necros, because
No, not really.
yeah, but like if they go like super crazy exceed based decks, you can just go Gnomes. You don't get your Dante or you don't get your Trevor. Yeah. So that's that, and then 2 Pinpoint Guard.
Explain this.
Okay, Pinpoint Guard. My opponent goes, goes into his attack, right? Destroys a monster. Not only does the entire deck float, so I get a special summon from my deck. On top of that, I can special summon a level 4 or lower from my grave, so I can get pretty much any of my tuners, any of my monsters. My monster's effect also read that I can synchro summon during my opponent's main phase or my opponent's battle phase. So, okay, they kill one of my monsters. I still get something back. I activate this, I get something else back.
Black Rose during their turn.
I can Black Rose during their battle phase.
It's pretty cool.
it's degenerate plays are degenerate with this card. I mean, I would main it, but already have what I want. I mean, I can't find room right now, but it's a really good, you know, go game too, because they're gonna be thinking, oh, he has some other stuff, and just go pinpoint guard. They're like, huh? And then you just kind of sit there and make degenerate plays, because I don't like playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't like letting my opponent play Yu-Gi-Oh.
So, what's the best thing about the deck?
It's fun. Out of anything, it's like, I just got done playing BAs. I traded BAs for this. BAs, it's, I don't know, it's fun, and it's kind of like that surprise factor. Like, your opponent's not going to know what to do when you summon, when you go to, like, first turn, you're going, you just go.
And they don't want to read any of it.
And they don't like reading. That's the thing. Like, if you want to know how to beat it, you have to read the card. Like, the deck is just fun. It's really explosive, and you can punish your opponent for being, you know, playing bad Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, they'll go Dark Hole when I have a creation or something, trying to get rid of my field, and then all my monsters come back, and I get a creation effect, and it's, like, the deck is fun, and you can punish somebody for, you know, making bad plays. The deck punishes you, but it also punishes your opponent. If you know what you're doing, you can punish your opponent before, you know, they figure out what you're doing.
What's the worst part about the deck?
You can brick.
Yeah.
Like, brick's so good you build houses, but the bad thing is if my opponent, you know, does actually get Dark Claw off, my opponent actually, you know, gets the vanities off, and I don't have the counter to it, I'm kind of stuck, and I have to, you know, think, what am I going to do next?
Yeah.
This deck is not linear. This isn't one of those, you know, Vega, Altier, Deneb, Trigger, bounce everything. It's not your standard, yeah, it's not your standard, let's just, here, pick up the decks, play this is what you do. No, you actually have to think. And everybody's like, oh, well, synchros are dead with the whole exceed thing. It's like, let me make a Yazi on you that's unaffected by everything. Then you're sitting here like, well, how do I beat over it? Except, oh, I used a, you know, Suwani to boost him up by 500. Now he's 31. That can't be affected by things. Now what do you do? And actually makes your opponent have to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And not, you know, just hurt. Just make me cry.
Well, we'll be doing more duels with this. Thanks for watching.